Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today we have here Wreckfest. I did try this game before, so I'm retrying it for a reason, which I will explain carefully later. But for now the game it is developed by Bugbear Entertainment. It comes from developers of the games like Flatout 1 and Flatout 2. Two insanely great games, and yeah, Flatout Ultimate Carnage of course. All insane games, and this time they decided to develop a more destruction derby approach game, and they are using their in-house technology. So I'm trying this game because they updated the game right now recently with a lot of changes, and this is mostly because they are releasing the game to PS4 and Xbox One, and I decided to take my approach on the actual settings. So I'm using pretty much the median settings. I just raised the texture filtering to high, reduced the shadows to low, enabled motion blur, and that's pretty much that. As for the requirements, the game asks for an AMD equivalent to a Core 2 Duo 2.7 GHz. I'm not entirely sure how correct this is. It seems too low, but who knows. 4 gigs of RAM, this is correct, and they ask for an HD 6850. This also seems correct in my own opinion. Alright, they recommend an i5 or an AMD equivalent, which would be our Phenom II X4 and 8 gigs of RAM. As for the settings, I tried 5 different settings. I'm just insane. So the ultra settings, it was unplayable. It did drop from below 30 frames per second. The high settings, it is okay, as long as you reduce the textures to medium. If you have a 4 GB HD 7850 or F7 370, you can keep the high textures, alright? But with the high settings, I got an average of 45 frames per second and the 1% of 29. I think it's rather acceptable. But with my custom median, I got an average of 58 with the 1% of 35. Median settings, it was similar, and the low settings performed a little bit better. The issue with this game, it is mostly the CPU. The Phenom II X4 can't really give 60 frames per second stably in this game, not even 50. Alright, there are moments when you are seeing too much cars, or there are big crashes and a lot of particles going on. The CPU can't really handle it. Alright, this is an issue exclusive to the Phenom II X4 and any similar CPU from that time. Any recent CPU will probably have much better frame rates with this graphic card, so you were warned about that. As for the game itself and why I'm testing out again, well, like I said, there was a patch. The patch promised us better performance for low-end systems, alright? And unfortunately they also changed a little bit the gameplay. It seems more arcade-ish now, and this is quite unfortunate because there are a lot of complaints on Steam, especially of already owners of this game, and I fully understand them and I agree them, I mean the users, because Bugbear took a very bad decision. For example, let's imagine that you brought Wreckfest like a year ago, and you already knew the game, you loved the way that you play the game, the simulation and everything going on, and suddenly out of nowhere Bugbear releases an update which makes the game to be more arcade-ish, damage model, to be, you know, more into console users, they say. I don't agree with this because they are making console users to be dumb or something like this, and this is not like it, because console users also play games like Project Cars, Dirt Rally, Assetto Corsa. I don't really see the point why Bugbear decided to make this game more arcade than what it already was, you know? And it seems, I don't know, it seems weird they took this decision, especially for owners that already had this game. I fully understand them if they would make the game more arcade to consoles, despite I don't agree with them, but making a game to be more arcade on PC when it was already good and changing its gameplays to the already owners of the game, for me, felt like a very bad decision, and most of the people on Steam are really complaining about it, so let's hope they bring back the gameplay or created different presets of physics, so that the ancient players of this game can enjoy the game that they brought and not the game they now have, alright? As for the performance improvements, unfortunately, comparing to the old results that I had some months ago, unfortunately it seems that the game is actually not performing better, but performing worse by a lot of frames. But although I wouldn't take that seriously, because this is a hard game to test, and the way that I test the game, I just drive through the track, try to cause some accidents, some mayhem, but every time I do benchmark this game, of course tracks will be different and the way I do it will be always different. There is no way to create the same unique race through each preset or every time. So unfortunately I can't really say if performance is better or worse on my system, although I can actually say that the performance it is much better on my laptop. My laptop, for example, did improve a lot its performance, and I fully know that because I remember to test the game with the settings that I actually tested it, and it was impossible to play. So right now all I can say is for my laptop the game performs much better, and so as for this desktop I'm not really sure about it. It seems to be performing worse, but I don't really know, or I can't really prove it, since there is no way to use the same unique track and making it the unique way over and over and over again, so I could try and see the difference between the patches, you know. So guys, I think that's all that I can talk about Wreckfest. It costs $39.99 on Steam right now. Whatever they change at the game or not, I really love this game, but I fully understand the users that are complaining about this, because I think it was a pretty bad decision from Bugbear, and if I really had the game I would be completely pissed. Alright, so guys, that's all that I want to talk about Wreckfest. Hope you did enjoy the video, and I do hope to see you soon. I hope to see you soon, and I hope you keep enjoying the rest of it. Goodbye.